Have you ever scrolled through your feed and wondered why some stories just explode? They catch fire, they're everywhere, while other stuff, maybe even better stuff, just vanishes? Well, I'm here to tell you it is not luck. It's a machine. And today, we're going to pop the hood, take that machine apart piece by piece, and show you the exact formula for a story that people get absolutely obsessed with. Look, what I'm about to show you, it isn't just a story. It's a formula. This is the literal blueprint that turns a complete nobody into an absolute legend. So if you want in on this secret, and trust me, you do, follow this account right now. You're going to want to be here for what comes next. All right, let's get into it. We're about to pull back the curtain on how viral stories are really made, starting with the core formula itself. Let's do this. So let's start with the big one, the question that I know keeps every single creator up at night. Why does one story get millions of views while another one gets completely ignored? Is it just the algorithm? A random roll of the dice? The answer is no. It's about engineering a very specific feeling. And this is the answer. We call it the underdog God formula. Now, pay attention to the words here. This isn't just a simple writing tip. We're talking about a 4-part narrative engine. It's a machine, and it's built for one thing and one thing only, to hook into a viewer's emotions and absolutely refuse to let go. This is how you guarantee that people care. Okay, so theory is one thing, but seeing it in action, that's everything. So we're going to run a case study to show you how this formula can take any story and find the gold inside. Let's talk about a character we'll call the E-rank vendor. We meet our hero, Jiang Nan, not with some long description of what he looks like, but with this one single question. He's at his lowest point, beaten down, and he asks this. And you gotta understand, this is not just dialogue. This is a declaration of war against his own fate. It's the exact moment we, the audience, know we're on his team. And his backstory? Oh man, it's just a masterclass in stacking the deck against a character. At 6 years old, he's found to have the most revered god-tier power in the world, spatial. The media goes nuts, the hero of the age shows up, only to find out Jiang Nan's power is E-rank, basically useless, and he abandons him right there. Flash forward, he's 16, kicked out of the orphanage, selling junk on the street. And our story kicks off with him getting beaten senseless in an alley over a spot to sell swim trunks. It's the absolute perfect setup for a comeback story. So, what is it that makes this story just work so well? Well, it's a perfect execution of the 4 core pillars of the formula. And these aren't just plot points. No. These are the actual gears inside the engine we're talking about. Understanding these 4 pillars is absolutely crucial. So, pillar number 1, the relatable underdog. See, a generic hero just has a power. Boring. But Jiang Nan? He has a god-tier power that's so pathetically weak, it's a cosmic joke. He was told he'd be a savior, and then was publicly shamed. This is what creates empathy, not just sympathy. We don't just feel sorry for the guy, we feel that injustice right there with him. Number 2, systematically unfair odds. It's not enough for your hero to just fight some bad guys. The whole world has to feel like it's rigged against him. For Jiang Nan, the very system that was supposed to make him a hero is the thing that crushed him. He's a walking contradiction, and that deep systemic unfairness makes his fight feel so much more important. Pillar 3 is life or death survival. A vague goal like, I want to be strong, has zero tension. The underdog god formula needs stakes that are primal and immediate. Jiang Nan isn't trying to save the world, not at first. He's trying to make enough money to eat. He is literally fighting for a little patch of pavement in a night market. That's real. That's raw. And finally, number 4, the unfair advantage. This is the big twist, and it's so important. It's not some random magic sword he stumbles upon. The power-up has to feel earned, and it has to be unique to the character. His blood activates the ultimate street vending system, a power that gets stronger from negative emotions. It perfectly fits his street hustler personality and literally lets him weaponize the world's hatred for him. It's brilliant. Okay, so we've taken the engine apart. Now let's put it back together and tune it for maximum impact. This is how you actually tell the story to make it go viral. We open big. 20 years ago, the world broke. Monsters appeared, and in this new, dangerous world, only one power is seen as a sign of hope, the rarest, the most godlike of them all, spatial power. For a whole generation, there was only one person with this power. But then, in some forgotten orphanage, a second one is born.
The entire world holds its breath, praying for a new savior. And then they laugh. His power level? E rank. A total joke. The hero of the age literally turns his back, and the world just forgets him. 10 years pass. Now he's a street vendor, just fighting to survive. Thugs beat him bloody in an alley over a tiny patch of concrete. This is it. This is rock bottom. He could give up, he could just stay down. But as his blood pools on the pavement, he asks himself one single question. Why should I? And in that single moment of defiance, something answers back. A single drop of his blood activates a system, a power like nothing else in the world. It doesn't run on mana or life force. It runs on a bizarre and totally limitless currency, other people's negative emotions. Their rage is now his fuel. A potion appears out of thin air. He drinks it. And just like that, his body surges with power, 10 times stronger than he was a second ago. The thugs hear the silence and they turn around, totally shocked. He gets to his feet and a little smile plays on his lips. All right, he says, my turn. And boom, that's the hook. That's how you guarantee they're coming back for more.
Okay, now listen up, because this part is critical. Having an amazing story built with this formula, that's only half the job. If you package it wrong, it will get completely ignored. The packaging is what makes it spread like wildfire. And you have to understand the platform. Look at the difference here. For YouTube, you want a long, curiosity-driven title that basically tells a mini story and hits all those search keywords. He awakened a god-tier power, but it was so useless he became a street vendor. But for TikTok, it's the exact opposite. It's got to be short, intense, all emotion. They laughed when he awakened to God's power. They weren't laughing when he came back for revenge. See that? Same story, two totally different strategies. And you can't just throw one hook out there and pray it works. You have to test this stuff. Try framing the core idea in different ways. You could focus on the tragedy. Imagine being born with the world's best power, but you can only use 0.1% of it. Or you could lean into the insane power mechanic. This street vendor's customer service strategy is to make you so angry he levels up. Each one of those hooks is going to grab a slightly different person. So there you go, the 4 pillars of the underdog God formula. You've seen the case study in action, and you know how to package it to make it fly. The engine is yours now. So the only question left is, what story are you going to transform? And hey, before you take off, let's have some fun with this. This story's whole power system is built on rage and annoyance, right? So what's the most creative or maybe the funniest way you can think of to use a power that feeds on negative emotions? Drop your best ideas in the comments below. I seriously can't wait to see what you guys come up with.